That's another good one. What's a dream you've let go of?
A dream I've let go of. Ooh.
What's a dream that you've let go of, gentlemen? I'm trying to think if I have one.
Being a musician.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You thought that was a dream?
That was my dream job, was to pursue music full time. But
when do you think like you were like, it's not gonna happen?
Honestly, the last like 2 or 3 years.
Damn.
Yeah. Until very recently, I was kind of like, you know what? Kind of getting to that stage in my life where I'm doing certain things now where the interest or the field is completely different, and I'll keep doing it just because I love doing it, but I don't think I'm ever going to do it as a job.
I don't think I ever have let go of a dream. I was like thinking for a second, and I was like, I think I've pursued, or I am pursuing everything.
Even be like
want to do
a thing that you maybe thought you were never really gonna even attempt. Like, I don't know. As you're getting like 30, right? Surely you're like, damn, shit that I thought I might have been able to do, it's not gonna happen anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, being 20.
My dream of being 20.
My dream of being in my 20s is gone.
Yeah.
My dream of like fucking just living all around the globe. I thought, yeah, I'll do that for sure. And then I very quickly gave up on it.
Living in America, that turned from a dream. That was a dream.
To a nightmare.
Yeah, and then it came within reach, and I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think fair. I think that's why I was kind of obsessed with Disney Channel growing up. I genuinely thought I was going to live in America.
Yeah.
Like the American dream appealed to me.
Yeah.
That propaganda worked on me for sure.
Yeah.
I thought like that was my life.
Man, British people love America, don't they?
You don't understand how much American media we consume.
Oh no, we had American media as well. Never once did I think.
But they just
man,
look
I
so.
really wanna
They
live
just talk
here.
about how free they are, and then you'll be like, "This is our county fair," and then you're like, "Holy shit, this is your county fair." We have like 3 guys who scam you.
And everyone
That's
there
our
looks,
fair.
And everyone there looks so fucking positive, and meanwhile, everyone in fucking England is
Changed a
so
lot.
depressing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Changed a lot.
And you're like,
Changed a
damn,
lot.
America.
I guess vibe-wise, it's the polar opposite.
Well,
of the UK.
I mean, not anymore.
You guys improved on England, so you know I don't blame you, Joe. You're like UK but happy.
Yeah, we were pretty content.
Look, I'm sure I would not want to move anywhere else if I had the Bunnings snack. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
I would not
Exactly.
want to move anywhere
exactly.
else.
It's hard to move away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a dream though. I don't know if I've ever
because
had
like every
dreams.
other dream that I've had or like vision of what I wanted to achieve in my life, I more or less have achieved, but not in the exact way that I intended. Right. So like, for example, like
The monkey's paw.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, one of my dreams is like, you know, growing up watching a lot of like, you know, like concerts and stuff like that, and going to a lot of music shows and whatnot. Like, you know, I always dreamed of like the tour life, or like, you know, like performing in front of a stage, and we did that.
Yeah.
You know, with Trash Taste, we did the tour life. We performed on stage, but it wasn't because of my music.
The paw curl.
And the paw curl. And it wasn't because of my
asked
music.
people about their favorite hentai tag.
Exactly.
That was the monkey paw.
Exactly.
That was the monkey paw.
But like, that was still fucking cool, and that's something I can brag about for the rest of my life, because that is something I've wanted to do, and I was able to do it, you know, but just in a different way to what I originally envisioned it.
You're going to say something.
Drugs.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Wait, doing drugs or getting off drugs? You need to make that distinction.
You know, I had a dream to do drugs once. I've let that dream die.
And then I gained an extra IQ point.
I'm like, damn, those band people doing cocaine and throwing chairs out the fucking hotel windows. That
Sniffing
looks like,
looks on
that
hookers'
looks like
asses.
such a cool life. And then I went on tour and I'm like,
Nah. Just give me a beer, bro. Yeah.
that life wasn't that glamorous.
Yeah,
you know?
fair.
Huh. Has a stranger ever changed your life?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm changing lives every day, baby.
Yes, and I am the stranger.
So I was watching a YouTube video account.
I have a lot of YouTubers that have changed my life.
I used to not be able to build a PC. Now I can.
Has a stranger?
I don't know. Like, I genuinely wonder how many times like you hear about this thing where it's like, you know, I was waiting in line at the shopping, you know, at the mall, and then suddenly a mysterious man came up to me and said some words to me and then disappeared and I never saw him again. And now I think about that all my life. And I'm like, I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone ever actually running into a situation like that.
I don't know. Sometimes that hasn't happened to me.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. But sometimes there is a point, right, where I do think about this sometimes, where sometimes you just hear the right words at the right time, and maybe you've heard those words or maybe you've heard that message like a million times before, but sometimes you're just going through something and you just don't even realize you're going through something, and then you watch something or you hear something and like you see a message that just like speaks to you in a way that never did before. You're like, shit. Sometimes people just need to hear the right thing on the right day.
Totally.
And it doesn't matter where it comes from.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. I love going to my local coffee shop, not even for the coffee. I've got a coffee machine at home that I love. I just like going to talk to them. And I feel like something about that makes me feel cozy inside when I get to just chat with these people who I don't really know that well.
Yeah.
Just kind of like vibe for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That means a lot.
No, that's nice.
Yeah. I don't know. It's strange. I'm sure there have been strangers that have helped me out a lot.
What is a stranger that has left an impact on you then? Instead of a stranger that has, do you have any memory of like, I'm trying to think now as well, because like what strangers do I still remember?
I'm sure there's
to this
something, but I just
day?
can't remember.
Fuck. I know.
Okay. I have a question after this as well.
Okay.
After we answer this.
I don't know. Every stranger story that I've had has always just ended up being like, it's memorable not because it was impactful, but because it was just funny. You know,
I'm trying to be that stranger that helps people randomly if I get the opportunity to do so.
For sure, yeah.
It's kind of hard to
same here.
actually help people.
Yeah.
yeah.
It is. It
like,
is.
organically.
It's hard to help someone when you know
Yeah.
nothing about them, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's tough.
The stranger.
You know, one time actually that weirdly affected me is that, and I don't know why I always think about this. One time when I was about to do the last time I was about to do the Shinran Mikaido, the cycling route.
Yeah.
I was with my brother and we were waiting, and this elderly woman like fucking flipped over the front of her bike and ate shit. It was hard to watch.
Right.
I went over to help her, and she just would not let me help her. She was bleeding and stuff.
Jesus.
And I was like, just let me help you.
Yeah.
And she kept just saying, sorry. And I don't know why that stuck with me so much. I was like, man, that's so sad.
Yeah.
That she felt like she's literally bleeding.
Like
she's
she was
like 70 and she's
inconveniencing you?
I thought that has stuck with me more than anything out of all the cultural interactions I've had. That she was literally bleeding on the ground, 70 years old, like very frail. Like, and she's apologizing. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and I cannot convince her to let me like help her and like get her some bandages.
Yeah.
She's just trying to run away because she's so embarrassed. And I was like, man, this, in a weird way, it kind of fucked me up a little bit. Cause I was like, what the fuck is going, like, it kind of made me like, be like, what the hell's going on in this country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't, like, let me help you?
Yeah.
This is not like, I don't think any less of you. There's nothing here that I feel like,
Oh, you've just unlocked a memory for me, man.
I'm like, let me fucking help you. You need, like, there's nothing hot. Like, let me get you a hot drink. Let me get you a bandage. Like, just take them out and then chill out. Like, come on. I don't know why. It really like upset me in the wrong way.
No, that would upset me.
Yeah.
100%.
So I was like, man, just let me help you.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the language capability to be confident enough to be like, hey, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm helping you and you're going to accept this.
Yeah.
Like,
In English, I would be very stern. I'd be like, sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you. And to me, I'm sure I'd be like, nah, let me get out of here. Let me get out. And if someone was staring me, like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I'll take the hot cocoa. Okay. I'm only human. You know, and I always think about that. And I always think that, man, I should have been pushier and I should have been like, I don't know. It always upsets me.
Yeah.
So I guess this is the inverse of this question, where I
Right.
wish I was able to help that stranger more.
Yeah.
And I should have pushed more. But she just wouldn't let me.
Yeah. No, you just unlocked a memory for me because I completely forgot this happened in like my first year of living in Japan, where, you know, something similar did happen, but there was this like, it was like deep into summer. And this is when we're like living in Saitama. And I was like walking towards like my favorite sushi spot at the time.
Sushi roll?
Actually, it was Hamasushi.
Hamasushi is fire.
Hamasushi
They're all
is
fire.
it's
They're all fire.
fucking fire.
Look, everyone who calls
Yeah.
them like the McDonald's. No, it's fire.
Yeah.
The sushi places fucking are legit.
Yeah, and I was just walking, minding my own business, and then there was this like really elderly grandpa who was like clearly struggling with a bike to the point where he was just like leaning on it.
Oh, they will not let you help them.
And and it just weirded me out how this grandpa was like clearly fucking struggling to the point where like everyone was just walking past, and then he stopped and started wobbling. Like he started wobbling. Like a few people walked past, but like I stopped, and only one other Japanese person stopped, right? And this is like when my Japanese like language was like bullshit. I couldn't say shit. And so he started wobbling, and I stopped, and I was like, does he need help? Is something going to happen? I looked over, and I met eyes with this Japanese lady, and we were the only ones that had stopped looking at this like old granddad wobbling around, and I could sense that something was going to happen. And then he literally just collapsed. I assumed from the heat, right?
Right.
I just assumed from the heat, but luckily because we were like paying attention, we caught him. And I tried to like my best just to understand what the hell he was like saying to me. Luckily the lady kind of like took charge. She was like, I heard ie, I heard doko, and I was like, okay, we like, where's your home? Where are we going? And I just remember it was just like, it was weird that like nobody else really stopped to help out with like what we were doing. Yeah. But we ended up like having to like almost like carry this old man back home, which was luckily just like a few blocks down. And I'll never forget it because the old man was like saying something to me. At the time, I didn't fucking understand what he was saying. But we luckily got the old man back to his house, and I remember opening the door. It was like completely empty. I was like, holy shit, you're like late 80s, possibly 90 years old, and you're like living by yourself.
It's like most of Japan.
I know. That was like the biggest wake up call for me. And we managed to get him back home. I like bought like a Pocari Sweats at a vending machine just to give it to him. And I just remember like looking at the lady, and the only thing I could say is just, "Oh, you got that." And then we just went our ways, and that was the only communication we had with each other. And you know, I'm so glad that there was someone like that I could rely on, because if it was just me by myself, I would have no idea what the fuck I would have done. So I'm so fucking glad that there was a Japanese lady at that point that helped me with that.
Imagine he's like, yo, hey, my house is just over here. It's like an hour away. You're like,
I gotta be somewhere.
Shit. Yeah. Could you imagine? Dahen desu ne. Kachi. Then you're like, I gotta get this guy a cab. Get him a cab.
What was the question you're gonna ask?
Oh shit, I forgot. No, I was gonna be like, hey, do you think you peaked in life?
You think
you're at your peak right now in life, or do you think it's gonna get better?
Depends what peak means.
Yeah, what's your definition of peak?
Yeah.
You've reached like the best moment in your life.
Oh hell no.
That's tight.
I think it can get better.
Yeah, I guess there's a difference. It depends on which aspect of my life, career.
Just thinking, I was like, not until I get one of those, the jackhammer jack.
What?
Oh, for your cock.
The fucking owner hold jackhammer.
The jackhammer, the phone holder.
That's when I peaked in life. When I've experienced that just one time.
Oh my god.